The summer night at Lake Springfield began with Green Day delivering an electrifying 2.5-hour concert. As the band wrapped up their final song, they attempted to speak to the audience about the environment. Unfortunately, their message enraged the crowd, who jeered and threw trash at them. The pollution in the lake, ironically the very subject Green Day wanted to address, began to dissolve the barge they were performing on. In a dramatic turn, the band set aside their instruments and picked up violins. Bassist Mike Dirnt solemnly announced, "It's been an honor playing with you tonight," while their barge sank, ultimately leading to their deaths. The following day, Springfield honored Green Day with a brief tribute during a church service. Reverend Lovejoy led the prayers, and Helen Fish played a somber version of American Idiot on the organ. The Simpsons arrived late, with Homer loudly complaining about attending church. Amid the service, Grandpa Simpson had a startling episode, screaming about an ominous prophecy involving a twisted tail, 1,000 eyes, and being trapped forever. Marge interpreted this as a divine warning of an impending catastrophe. The day unfolded chaotically for the Simpson family. Homer busied himself with chores like removing a hornet's nest, fixing a sinkhole with Maggie as a temporary plug, and struggling to repair the roof. In between tasks, Homer and Bart engaged in reckless games, including a dare for Bart to skateboard to Krusty Burger and back. Bart reluctantly accepted and attracted significant attention as he skated through town, with strategically placed objects covering his modesty. However, a mishap led him to crash into Krusty Burger, where Chief Wiggum handcuffed him to a pole as punishment. Ned Flanders showed unexpected kindness by offering Bart a pair of pants, contrasting sharply with Homer's lack of support. While Homer acquired a pig from a Krusty Burger commercial shoot, Lisa encountered Colin, a new boy in town campaigning to clean Lake Springfield. Their shared environmental concerns sparked a budding crush on Lisa's part. Lisa and Colin's efforts to raise awareness culminated in a town meeting, where Lisa dramatically revealed the lake's polluted state by pouring its water into everyone's drinking glasses. This revelation prompted Mayor Quimby to declare a state of emergency and install barriers to prevent further pollution. However, Homer undermined the town's progress when he disposed of a silo filled with ploppers and his own waste into the lake, ignoring warning signs. The act caused the lake to become catastrophically polluted, mutating a squirrel with 1,000 eyes. This fulfilled part of Grandpa's prophecy. The Environmental Protection Agency intervened, led by Russ Cargill, who convinced President Schwarzenegger to trap Springfield under a massive dome to contain the pollution. The dome's arrival isolated the town, sparking panic and resource shortages. Meanwhile, Marge discovered Homer's role in the lake's pollution. A live news broadcast exposed Homer's actions, inciting an angry mob to target the Simpsons. The family barely escaped their burning home through an underground sinkhole that led outside the dome. Fleeing Springfield, the family sought refuge at a motel, where tension boiled over. Marge, Lisa, and Bart confronted Homer about his irresponsible actions. To make amends, Homer suggested relocating to Alaska. After winning a truck at a carnival, the family drove to their new home, hoping to start fresh. Despite their efforts, guilt weighed on Marge, and Bart struggled with his resentment toward Homer. Back in Springfield, life under the dome became increasingly dire. Residents, including Apu and Chief Wiggum, sought electricity from Mr. Burns, who remained indifferent to their plight. In Alaska, the Simpsons tried to adjust to their new life. Homer and Marge shared moments of intimacy, while Bart and Lisa caused mischief in their snowy surroundings. Yet, the family's escape from Springfield was temporary, as the threat posed by Russ Cargill and the EPA loomed large. Their struggle to reunite with Springfield and restore the town's freedom underlined the absurdity and resilience that define their adventures. The situation in Springfield continues to spiral as the townspeople near their breaking point. Trapped under a dome with dwindling supplies, no electricity, and a lack of fresh air, frustrations boil over during a Springfield book club meeting led by Helen Lovejoy, where they discuss Tuesdays with Maury, the only book available. Members like Cookie Kwan, Lindsay Nagel, and Agnes Skinner vent their frustrations, culminating in Lindsay hurling her book, which flies out a window and knocks over a coffee machine during an Alcoholics Anonymous meeting in the church. Barney Gumble, fed up, declares, "I can't take another minute in this dome," and runs out to futilely crack it open. His actions inspire the rest of Springfield's residents to attack the dome with whatever they can find: battering rams, jackhammers, dynamite, and even an elephant, which actually manages to create a small crack. This is observed by Russ Cargill through a surveillance camera. Concerned about the situation escalating, Cargill convinces the president to execute Option 4, blowing up Springfield to ensure the rest of the world never learns about the EPA's containment failure. Meanwhile, the Simpson family has relocated to Alaska and begun rebuilding their lives. One evening, they see a commercial featuring Tom Hanks promoting a new national landmark, the new Grand Canyon, planned for Springfield's location. Marge decides they must return to save the town, but Homer refuses to help those who tried to kill them. His refusal alienates his family, with Bart calling him a bad father. Angry, Homer storms off to Eskimo's bar to play Grand Theft Walrus before returning home to find a videotape left by Marge. On the tape, Marge explains she and the kids have gone to save Springfield. She expresses her heartbreak and declares their relationship over, taping her message over their wedding video. As Homer watches their wedding scene with "They Long to Be Close to You" playing, he is devastated. Distraught, he runs out, falls into the ocean, and drifts away on a heart-shaped iceberg that splits in half. Homer eventually washes ashore and is nearly attacked by a polar bear but is saved by an Inuit shaman. She takes him to her tent and tells him he must find an epiphany to save his family. After a surreal dream where epiphatries physically attack him, Homer realizes he cannot live without his loved ones and decides to rescue Springfield. Marge, Lisa, Bart, and Maggie take a train from Alaska to Seattle to warn Springfield about the EPA's plans, but are captured by Cargill's agents upon arrival. Reinvigorated, Homer begins his journey home, enduring setbacks like being abandoned by sled dogs before the shaman reappears to guide him towards Springfield using the northern lights. As he nears the dome, he spots his family trapped inside a van. Attempting to rescue them with a wrecking ball fails hilariously, leaving him bruised and his family unconscious from tranquilizer gas. The family awakens in Springfield to find it in ruins, with Mo Zeislak self-declared as the Emperor of Springfield, wearing a traffic cone and a bullet sash. Russ Cargill announces that Operation, an option to annihilate Springfield, has been approved. A helicopter lowers a bomb through a hole at the top of the dome, triggering panic. As the countdown begins, the Simpsons lament Homer's absence, with Bart quipping that his dad's large posterior could shield them all. Determined to help, Homer sneaks into the bomb site disguised as General Marriott Sweets, grabs a tube of superglue, ignoring a jetpack nearby, and climbs the dome by hand. He convinces the townspeople to climb a rope to safety while Cletus distracts Cargill. Once at the dome's summit, Homer accidentally knocks the escaping crowd and the bomb off the rope. Bart, frustrated, inadvertently shortens the bomb's timer while trying to steady it, drawing more ire from the townspeople. Seeking solace, Bart finds refuge with Ned Flanders and his sons in the church, even asking to join their family. Meanwhile, Homer realizes a motorbike can help him save the town. He reconciles with Bart, inviting him to ride along and hold the bomb. Together, they race up the dome's interior, echoing a carnival stunt Homer performed earlier. Just before detonation, Bart throws the bomb through the dome's hole, shattering the structure into harmless fragments. Homer and Bart narrowly escape by leaping across Springfield Gorge, with Bart's slingshot lending a critical assist. As the town celebrates its survival, Russ Cargill attempts to shoot Homer but is knocked out by Maggie, who hurls a boulder at him. Lisa, searching for Colin, believes him dead until he reappears, and the two go for ice cream. Cargill is presumably arrested, and Springfield forgives Homer, praising him as a hero.